everybody. I'm Childress again, back here to talk with you. Listen, today, if you see me have like a little grimace of pain on my face or whatever, it's because I slept on my shoulder wrong the other night, and I feel like now I got this little T-Rex hand that's like really it's just useless to me because I can't really extend my arm to get anything. And every now and then when I move my shoulder the wrong way, I feel this little sharp pain. So if you see me grimace, that's what it's all about. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about what I want to talk about today. Have you heard the quote from Charles Swindoll? Life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. Now, I Googled this quote because I wanted to make sure I was getting it from the right guy. And to tell you the God's honest truth, I know that what I found was Chuck Swindoll, but I believe there may have been one or two others who have quoted this along the years. So we're just going to go with Charles Swindoll. That's how we roll. This quote sums up an aspect of life in a nutshell. 10% of what happens to me or you, we can really do nothing about. The 10% includes things like losing a job, a business going up in flames, a spouse walking away from your marriage, the unavoidable car accident, or the death of a loved one. And I say death of a loved one for the simple reason that 154,000 people die every day in the world. Over 154,000 people. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter to any of us much unless it's either me or someone that I love. Or, or someone that you love for that matter. Sometimes people have become weary and beaten down by the 10% factor, and life begins to take its toll on them. We have absolutely no control over 10%. I sure wish I did though, because if I had control of the 10% for about a year, things would be changing around here. But like you, I'm bound to live in the 10%. On the flip side of the coin is the 90%. The 90% of how I react to it is the attitude. Will what happened to you paralyze you and prevent you from moving forward? Will what happened to you anger you and find you trying to find ways to vindicate yourself? Will what happened to you distract you and cause you to walk in opposition of your destiny? When I was in high school, we had this science teacher, and he kept a paddle on the wall, and on the paddle was inscribed "Attitude Adjuster." Of course, I never saw him adjusting any attitudes, but I sure wish I did. Some of us need our attitudes adjusted by my science teacher. I wish it were that simple, just taking a beating from the attitude adjuster and everything's all fixed. But adjusting attitudes is not that simple. Adjusting your attitude will require some work on your behalf. You'll have to utilize self-discipline and attack the negative attitude at its root. One thing I found to be true with the 90% in life, love has to be at the core of the attitude adjustment. How do I know how to fix a bad attitude? Because at one time or another in my life, I could have benefited from my science teacher's attitude adjuster. See, I've been on jobs where I've loved the paycheck and not the actual job itself. I've had loved ones pass away and wished I could have had a second conversation to speak what was on my heart. The lessons I've learned about the 90% is, make sure at the core and in everything that you do, love is the driving force behind that great attitude. God bless you and have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.